And good Friday evening to you, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don with you on our Friday night football forecast edition. We spend about 10 to 15 minutes with you on Friday evening if there is a chance of inclement weather across the East Alabama and West Georgia area. And so tonight we do have a slight chance. We go into tonight's ball games across the region with about a 30 to 40% chance of rain, depending on where you are. And looking at the radar tonight, I think probably a 20 to 30% chance of rain will be more appropriate. But we're going to show you across East Alabama and West Georgia, and in particular the four different venues where we will have the Randolph County schools playing tonight. And we'll invite you as soon as we finish to switch over to the iSchool Sports Network. There you can listen and in some cases watch your favorite Randolph County high school football teams in action this evening over on the iSchool Sports Network. Handley is on the road this evening up in Jacksonville. Childersburg is making the trip over to Wedowee to take on Randolph County. Wadley will be up at the in southern Cherokee County taking on Spring Garden, and B.B. Comer on the road at Woodland tonight. Both Randolph County and Woodland both playing at home right down the road from one another. So we've got to watch the Jacksonville area, southern Cherokee County, and we've got to watch central and northern Randolph County as we go throughout tonight's broadcast. For those of you that are watching us on the live stream, I'm going to post the iSchool Sports Network link. It's in the chat room, and as soon as we finish giving you the weather forecast and showing you the radar, all you got to do is click on that link and go over to the iSchool Sports Network, click on the school that you pull for, and either watch or listen to the broadcast this evening. Already talked to all four broadcast teams. They are fired up and ready to go, and they'll be on the air about 6:23 this evening with their pregame shows. All right, so let's go ahead and take a tour around the area and show you what's going on. Right now, we have that thing that we see in East Alabama occasionally where storms form over Georgia and they move backwards into Alabama. And we have that going on this afternoon. Now, we do not have a large coverage area event going on this evening. As a matter of fact, we only have a handful of showers out there that could potentially threaten some of our games in East Alabama and West Georgia this evening. But you'll notice there in the last couple of loops of this volume scan, that big storm that's sitting up there on I-20 around Bremen appears to be weakening, though we have some storms just south of Carrollton that appear to be developing. And then we have more storms back over just to the south of Peachtree City that appear to be developing as well. So the reason why this is of interest, again, like I said, they're moving backwards. They're moving from east to west, so that's from Georgia back into Alabama. And that could potentially be an issue over here in Jacksonville, where the Handley Tigers are getting set to take on Jacksonville this evening. Over here just south and southwest of Jacksonville at Golden Eagle Stadium. They'll start that game at 7 p.m. this evening. We do have a couple of very, very light returns just south of the stadium showing up down there just to the east, maybe of Weaver. And that's trying to move a little bit to the northeast. But that wouldn't be anything but just a sprinkle, if anything at all, on that particular storm. And then we'll watch this stuff over in Georgia as it continues to develop and move back toward Alabama over the next couple of hours. But again, only about a 20 to a 30% chance of seeing a shower there at Golden Eagle Stadium. You Handley fans that are on the way up there to the ball game, you know, I'd keep my raincoat handy, but we're not looking at a washout, and at least for the moment, we're not looking at any lightning in the area, so I wouldn't expect any lightning delays with this game. And as we start losing the heating of the day, I think the handful of showers that are out there will start to fade away. So overall, I can't tell you there's a 0 chance of rain in Jacksonville tonight, but overall, I think we're looking at a fairly decent night for high school football there at Golden Eagle Stadium. So then we will move on up into southern Cherokee County. Wow, that was a little much. Let's back out a little bit, and then we'll zoom back in up there to the northeast of Piedmont in southern Cherokee County there at Panther Stadium. And that's where the Dogs will be in action tonight, taking on Spring Garden. And again, there we'll have to watch these storms that are forming over in Georgia and moving back toward Alabama. But it's going to be really the same situation we had there for Handley. I just don't see a major issue there at tonight's ball game with Wadley and Spring Garden. Then as we move to the south and ease down into Randolph County, we'll take a look at Wedowee and also take a look at Woodland. And again, we're going to watch this stuff over here around Peachtree City and maybe the stuff in southern Carroll County as it very slowly moves back off to the west. And we could have other storms develop in this area also as we have a little bit of a disturbance. It's trying to work its way back into East Alabama and West Georgia. I'll put the cloud coverage on, and you can see that we have low-level clouds moving from west to east, and then we have those storm tops that are actually producing the convection way up there in the upper levels of the atmosphere moving back to the west. So we've got a little veering going on in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and that is producing just enough lift to get some of these showers going this afternoon. So that's what I'm trying to say is we could have other storms form here in Heard County and then move back into Randolph County as the night goes along. But for the moment, I think we look good in both Wedowee and also in Woodland for tonight's ball games as well. So let me take the satellite image off and zoom back out. Now we're looking at the Birmingham radar. And we can see some big storms over there in West Alabama for those of you going to high school games over there. Also down in southeast Alabama, down around Eufaula, back over toward Troy. Some big storms there. A few scattered showers around Montgomery, maybe back up into the Prattville area and just north of Clanton, though those storms seem to be waning at this hour. And then up in North Alabama, we've got a few scattered storms there around Coleman, and then up to the northwest of Huntsville, getting up into just south of Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, some big storms. But, yeah, East Alabama's looking back toward Georgia for tonight's event, and you can see that we only have those handful of showers there around Carrollton back to the western suburbs of Atlanta. So there's just not a whole lot out there. And as we continue to lose the heat of the day, I think the storms will become less and less numerous as we go along the way. So let me do one other thing here. I want to look at Peachtree City just to see if we're missing anything. Yeah, we are. There is a little bit over there on the eastern side of Georgia, but you'll notice that most of that is moving to the northeast. So I wouldn't anticipate any of this stuff becoming a problem over in East Alabama. Look, we have a gust front, though, and I'll zoom back in so you can see that. And I just noticed it when I switched radars. There's that gust front. This is an outflow boundary coming from this storm along I-20 up there north of Carrollton, and that stretches all the way back to Peachtree City. So, again, it's still a long way away, but it's conceivable maybe by middle to latter part of the second quarter, maybe halftime. Down here in Wedowee and Woodland, we'll have to keep an eye on this stuff to see if it holds together long enough to make it down here into Randolph County. So that's kind of a look at what we're seeing this evening on radar across East Alabama and West Georgia. I hope that everybody that's watching tonight is in the process of getting ready to go support your favorite team and go to your favorite stadium and have a great time tonight under the lights on Friday night high school football. And again, if you're a fan of one of our four counties in Randolph County, as soon as we finish our broadcast here in just a few moments, you can go over to the iSchool Sports Network at ischoolsportsnetwork.com. And you can click on your favorite school and listen. And you can also watch live video in some cases. And I've just posted that link again in our chat room. So all you have to do is click on the ischoolsportsnetwork.com link, and that will carry you over to their homepage. And they have links there for all of the schools you see here on the screen: Handley, Randolph County, Wadley, and Woodland. It is free of charge to listen to the audio. If you watch it live, there is a fee. and all 100% of the proceeds go back to that particular school to help support them. So we've got college football already underway, but we get the SEC in action tomorrow, and of course we've got Alabama and Auburn both. It'll be playing tomorrow in a T90 ball game in downtown Atlanta tomorrow afternoon as well. The weather won't be a problem inside Mercedes-Benz, but if you're traveling over to Atlanta to go to the Oregon-Georgia game, then it may be a factor. We're looking at about a 60% chance of rain in downtown Atlanta tomorrow for the 2:30 Central kickoff between the Ducks and the Dogs, or should I say between Knicks and the Dogs. A lot of folks of great interest in that ball game, especially you Auburn folks. And then at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, it's Mercer and Auburn down on the plains. There is a 50% chance of rain during the Auburn-Mercer game tomorrow evening. That'll be on ESPN, on ESPN Plus, I think. And then Utah State will be over the Capstone to take on the Tide. That's a 6:30 kickoff tomorrow afternoon in Tuscaloosa. And we have a 60% chance of rain in Tuscaloosa tomorrow as well, for those of you that may be going tailgating over at Denny Chimes, or if you're going to be tailgating down in Auburn tomorrow, have your rain gear close by. It's not going to be a washout, but there certainly will be showers around from time to time, and that's pretty much going to be the case for the entire Labor Day weekend, as showers and thunderstorms will be roaming around all the way through at least Monday, and now it looks like maybe even into Tuesday and Wednesday. So one quick look at the radar once again, then we're going to step aside and let the iSchool Sports Network get things going here in just a few minutes with their broadcast. We do have a gust front that is coming back into East Alabama from these storms that have been firing up here along I-20 and stretching back toward Forest Park and down to around Peachtree City, and you can clearly see that leading edge there. That's some gusty wind that is out of the leading edge of these showers and thunderstorms, and we're beginning to see a few small cells develop right along that outflow boundary as well, and all of that's moving off to the east and maybe a little bit south, moving off to the west and maybe a little bit southwest of due west, which could put some of this down here in Randolph County in about an hour, hour and a half, if it holds together. That's a big if right now. So for kickoff, I don't think we have any problems anywhere across Randolph County. The Handley-Jacksonville game looks good, and the Wadley Spring Garden game looks good up here in southern Cherokee County, at least for kickoff anyway, and then we'll watch and see if we have any other storms form in the area. So here's what we do on Friday night. We come on at 6. We kind of show you what the deal is, and then if we have showers in the area at halftime, we'll come back and update you. So if we don't come back, you know everything is good. And then at the end of tonight's broadcast, we'll come back, give you the final scores, and update you on the latest weather forecast going into your Labor Day weekend right here on Dr. Don's Weather. So we hope that you enjoyed tonight's high school football. Again, don't forget to go over to the iSchool Sports Network over at iSchoolSportsNetwork.com. Listen to the call from all of our great guys that jump in there and do a fantastic job every Friday night bringing you Randolph County area high school football on the iSchool Sports Network. If need be, I'll see you at halftime. If not, I'll see you after tonight's games right here on Dr. Don's Weather.